Hello everybody, welcome back to some more AI Limit. For a second I thought, well, I was kind of confused as where I was. I totally forgot that we're fighting that boss. This is the wrong way. Silly me. Also, this is probably going to date the video, but I'm now recording this as of Thursday, September 4th. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that today was the very day that... Wait, does he... No fucking shit. I never knew that. No, like, I honestly, when I first fought this boss, I fought all by myself. Oh, fuck. Well, there you go. Yeah, because the whole thing with this thing that sucks is... Oh... That would probably be how to avoid... Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Oh, if I would have known that this entire time... That would have saved me so much trouble before. Holy fuck. That's awesome. I'm still gonna take a lot of hit. But, yeah, so... I was... Well, my brother was like, hey, Silksong came out today. He's like, as far as I'm aware, it came out today. And he's like, yeah, Silksong came out. And I'm like, okay, well, how much is it? And he's like, oh, it's $20. I'm like, damn, $20. Damn, all right. And then I asked, I'm like, is it about as long as, like, you know, OG Hollow Knight? And he's like, he fucking scoffed at me. The motherfucker scoffed. And he's like, yeah, it's probably even longer. I'm like, oh fuck. He's like, yeah, it's like, he's like, there's a trophy, or, you know, for some people, I guess. There's like an achievement, whatever you want to call it, where you can get an achievement for beating the game in under 30 hours. And I'm like, Jesus fucking criminy. That's a fucking achievement. And it's like, holy shit. And then I just read online, I don't know if this is true or not, I have no clue. But, I read online just moments ago, because we got done doing some stuff today. We recorded some DKC. Okay. I mean, it's a decent upgrade material. We might need it. Also, I keep seeing like a blue little thing over there. You see that? See that little blue dot in the distance? That's something to drop down to. I think I might have an idea of how to do that, though. I think I might see where we can go to get it. Maybe. I think we have to go to the Void guy. Probably. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, we can try that real quick. So anyway, we got done doing our stuff. You know, well, we went out, we ate a little bit, came back. We actually went to, you know, GameStop and everything and checked out there. Because, funny enough, good thing we went there because this motherfucker, not me, I'm talking about him. He was just looking at the PS4 section. I came up to him. I just said something funny. I was trying to say something funny. I forget what it was. And then he just immediately just creamed in his pants because he found his Trails of Nayuta copy. And this guy was over here just picking like games by the dozen. I was like, God damn, dude! Like he was gonna go pick up Disgaea 7, but then I think he decided not to get it because he didn't want to spend that much money. But he was like, yeah, I have to get this Trails game because you can't get it anywhere. I'm like, yeah, just fucking get it, dude. I mean, it's like $25, $35, whatever. Yeah, just fucking get it. Then, you know, we get back, we do our DKs. We do like maybe half of it or whatever, which you guys should, I'm pretty sure by now, see it. I never fought this fucking thing either. What the fuck? Holy hell, what is up with my playthrough today? Like, shit's getting whacked, dude. I don't know. Like, this is gonna suck ass. I'm gonna have to come back and fight this motherfucker because I just know. This is gonna be the most irritating thing I'm gonna have to probably do in my entire life. I mean, granted, you could probably just do this. But see, that's the thing, though, is I got to keep building up sync for it. I should probably... Okay, so they don't die... Well, they die pretty quick, and they don't do too much damage. The thing is, like, I don't know if this bastard even has anything in particular that's like, whoa, you know, like a Phase 2 shit or anything. I mean, it's got that going on, I guess, so that's a thing. This is completely blind, by the way, again, so... Anyway, back to the story at hand. Then, you know, like I said, we got done doing everything, and I dropped him back off. I came back home, started doing a little bit of my stuff, which wasn't really much of anything crazy. It was just going on, you know, watching like a couple videos here and there, doing whatever. I don't think I even played a game yet until now. Well, I mean, we played games today, yes, but I don't think I played any of my games just yet. I was going to play. This is like my first I was playing by myself today. And, I was just on PlayStation, or no, I saw that article that said, yeah, I should get with that. I saw an article that was like, this game, that just came out, freaking crashed Steam. And I'm like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, what game crashed Steam all of a sudden? And then I found out, because funny enough, some asshole was like, yeah, there's like a couple assholes in the comments that were like, I looked up what the game was, and man, it looks fucking stupid, or something like that. And then, you know, you got those people that are bitching about it and saying it looks like shit. And they're like, yeah, it's not really a big deal, bro. And people are like, whoa, look at the fucking, you know, COD idiot over here. And then I, you know, after some context clues and eventually finding out what the actual game was, because I didn't bother with the article, I just want to look at the comments, because I trust that more so than anything. And when I looked, people were like talking about Silksong. And I'm like, oh shit. I mean, I hopped on Steam right after to check if it's actually still down, but it's back up. And it's like, damn, Silksong fucking broke Steam. If that's true, because I didn't really look at the article or whatever, but if that is actually the case, that is hilarious as shit. And I thought that was really fucking cool. I've mentioned this before millions of times, and I'm still going to be honest with you guys. I have played Hollow Knight multiple times, but never really truly got into it. I never beat it. I never really just got that, I guess, into it. I think the thing that always bothered me was just knowing how big the game is and being afraid of playing like a 30-hour Metroidvania game. And which is dumb to say that, I know, but at the same time it's like hopefully you understand what I'm coming from. It's not a good excuse, it's just something that unfortunately, you know, happens with me. It's like, yeah, I don't know, it always just seemed kind of intimidating, I guess, and I'm an idiot, so, you know, what else do you want to know? But, let's see how much I get out of this. 2. I got 2 levels out of it. Let's just do life. So, anywho, I'm like, damn, Silksong broke the fucking internet, which, I mean, it was going to. But it broke Steam, and it broke all this shit, and I'm like, damn, okay, cool. And I remember, like, you know, my brother was like, you know, oh, yeah, it's like $20. And then I actually bought a few games at GameStop today, and I had just enough points to save me, get this, $20. I'm not kidding. I had my $5 month coupon thing, and I used that, and I had like 15,000 points, whatever the hell GameStop does. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, why not? Because, you know, fuck it. Like, I've got the points. I get $15 off or whatever. So, shit, okay, yeah, I'll take it. So, I get, you know, a full $20 off, and then I get home, do all my stuff. And then I'm thinking, like, wait a minute, $20. Oh, no way. I saved $20 to buy Silksong, basically, is what you're telling me. So I did what any normal human being would do with $20 after saving it from buying a bunch of other games that he don't really need. But hey, why not, I guess. You know, I like my games. And then I bought Silksong. So out of just, I guess you could say mostly pure respect for Hollow Knight, you guys get my money. So, you know, this has been a thing that everyone's been waiting for a very long time. And I think, you know, I think I could pay. Once again, I knocked out my Elgato like a complete and total dunce. I had my Elgato set up on the bottom of my desk, my computer desk, and I just barely nudged my desk and sent the whole fucking thing out. And it's just like, okay, great. By the way, this is just a merchant area. We're getting pretty close to getting to areas that, you know, will be cool to get to, I guess. In terms of, we're getting pretty far in the game, I guess. Anyway, like I said, I spent the $20. I bought Silksong. I don't care. Now, is it one of those things where it's like, do I really need to go back and play the original one and beat it? I would like to, but I think usually I'm not the type of person that ever says like, yeah, you should definitely like skip ahead of a thing, especially considering the story wise. But I don't know. I think it's probably okay if I do just play it for the sake of playing it. But even if I am kind of skipping ahead of the sequel, but I can always, again, just spend time going through the first game as well and try to get through that. At the same time, I might play Silk. I don't know. I've had this conversation before in the past about, like, things where it's should you or should you not be allowed. Well, you're allowed to do really anything when it comes to games or media. Like, if you want to get yourself into a piece of media, you don't have to always start with the originals. As fair as it is, in all technicality, you don't have to start with, like, JoJo Part 1 if you so chose not to. If you were so just like, yeah, I want to start with Part 3 because I think Part 1 looks boring as fuck, or whatever your reasoning is, you always technically can do that. Nothing should tell you that you can't technically do that. However, it would be in your best benefit if you did. And yes, I understand that for something like Hollow Knight and how big it is, I would understand that if I were to actually beat the first one, I would benefit from that massively, I'm sure. And, the same, I keep trying to argue this with my brother, too, where it's like with getting into Trails Daybreak, because that one looks pretty fun. Well, every time it ends up, it's like I keep trying to have to re-explain. I'm not saying I'm just going to... Like, I keep trying to tell him, like, I'm not going to just play Daybreak 2 first, but I technically could. But for me personally, like, I would rather play Daybreak 1. I just want to say that I want to play Daybreak because it actually looks quite enjoyable. That's all I'm saying. And I think at that point, you should be okay enough to skip the other games, even if they have some story essence that carries over. But the thing is, too, like, if you don't really care that much about a game's story overall, should you really be limited in playing the sequels? And what's funny is, too, is, like, someone's probably going to be like, you're only saying this just to kind of cover your own ass. And, yeah, to an extent, yes. But at the same time, if somebody were to, again, watch Part 3 of JoJo first, like a lot of people did, and they missed out on Part 1 and Part 2, no matter what, I will be relatively quite disappointed, for sure. But I don't think I could ever... I'm not going to force their hand and then make them watch it. I would just tell them, like, hey, you're missing out on a lot of stuff. You're missing out on some pretty key components that would benefit a lot, so... But, at the same time, if that's what they truly want to do, I think that's fair. But just bear in mind that, once again, you would benefit from it if you do actually partake in it. So, because I would be a massive hypocrite if I said it's completely okay for me to go skip this stuff or to play the sequel of a game. Which the thing is, like, when it comes to games versus anime, it's like a whole different type of thing. Because, like, with anime, if... I'll say this. If the anime in question has all the parts on it, on like, Crunchyroll or somewhere to watch it, right? Wherever you watch it at, I don't care whether or not you're paying for it or not. I'm just saying, if you have the ability to watch an anime or a show from beginning to end that does actually kind of carry on itself and make up for that. Not talking about movies, because I feel like movies are the same thing with games, and I'll explain that in a second. But I feel like for like TV shows or very specific TV shows, very specific anime stuff, A lot of the time, you know, if it's there for you to watch, I think at that point, you don't have to watch it from beginning to end, but at the very least, you would benefit because it's there. But with a game, I think it's a lot different because a lot of the time, like, just, you know, I grew up in the age where games... What the fuck's going on with this one? Who the hell knows? I grew up in the age of games that always treated the sequels with the idea that... Oh, I've heard about this bug. I've heard about this being a problem. I've never encountered it until now. This is a genuine bug, I'm pretty sure. Where the games will not fucking load. That is... Dude. It's like everything's trying to stop... Alright. We're closing it out. Don't pay attention to things. So... Back on topic. I feel like, because again, I grew up in that age of gaming where, say, for example, you have like Crash 2. They'll explain how to play the game again. Well, Crash is not a good Jak or Uncharted 2, right? You got something like Uncharted 2 or Jak 2 where they don't really need to necessarily re-explain what happened originally. Or sometimes they do. Like, it does benefit. Like, if you know about Jak 1, you will get that benefit from knowing Jak 1's story. You will get that benefit from knowing Uncharted 1's story. But you don't necessarily need it because the game is still a game, and it's going to teach you that, hey, you can play the game. Like, it knows that there's going to be newcomers, and it's going to reteach you, especially for people for, like, the first time. By the way, this is the thing that's making the bell ring, and I still have... Oh. No clue exactly what you're supposed to do, but... That might be it. Do I just keep feeding the fucker? Bro, I have no clue. He ate all my fucking balls. Oh, okay, I guess I got some stuff out of it. I don't know, because if you try ringing here, I don't think it does anything, because it didn't do anything for me last time I came here. I can try. See if it changes. Yeah, I didn't think so. But anyway, like, a lot of games, most of the time, will consider it that, you know, you haven't played the original one beforehand, and will give you that opportunity. So at that point, like, you'll be lost on the story aspects, I guess, but at the very least, you can technically get into the game. And that's what I think, again, when it comes to movies and some stuff, is I feel like some movies just... Not all, but I feel like there's a good portion of movies out there that don't really care, just as long as you watch the movie. But then there are people out there that do make something out of passion that I'm sure they probably want you to care. So... And just to, I guess, make myself sound a little less like a hypocrite, admittedly, you know, if I were to make something in question, if I were to make a story that had, you know, expanded through multiple parts, that at least, you know, a good chunk of those parts are sequels to each other, like direct sequels, I'm not going to be like... Hey, why didn't you, you know, read this story first? Now you don't know who this character is. And for me, it's like, okay, it would suck if people didn't know, you know, who this character is of this part. And they happen to show up in the next part. And they're like, I don't know who that is. That would be very sad, yes. But at the same time, like, I understand that some people just... That's just what some people do. I don't like it, either. But that's just what some people do. But then again, at the end of the day, you know, do whatever. If I end up skipping ahead of something, then that's just my own prerogative, and that's my own fault, and I will suffer for the sake of it. But to be fair, I'm not really sure if Hollow Knight has... This is going to sound really stupid, I know, but I'm not even really sure if Hollow Knight has... Because I think they do, like, you know, Souls-type lore, where you're going to have to run around and find things that way. And knowing my dumbass, I will probably most likely miss most of it anyway. So, and again, this is all just massive cope. So if you hate me for not beating Hollow Knight 1, then I completely understand. But I think at the end of the day, as hypocritical as it sounds, hey, look, I'm pointing it out. I know. I'm pointing out my own stupid shit. I know. I'm self-aware, but, you know, regardless of how stupid I could be, or will be, whatever the case, however you feel, we all do our own things, so what I do should not affect you to that extent, and if you wish to leave or unsubscribe or whatever, you always can. You know, I'm not going to force anybody to stay here and deal with my bullshit, so just saying. There's been plenty of people I've unsubbed to, just for the sake of, like, I don't really care about their shit anymore. Whether it be they're just assholes or I just don't care for the content. I mean, it happens. And I am not above that. As in, if someone doesn't like my content, then that's fine. I'm not going to be a dick about it. The only thing I ever want to know is, like, why do people dislike a video? That's pretty much it. But I know I'll never get that answer because nobody ever really says anything. Nobody really criticizes, you know, or nobody gives me a reason why. That's just one of those, I guess you could say, minute, dumb things that I think about sometimes that I really shouldn't be worried about. I'm not like worried. It's just more so like it's something I do think about where it's like I get a dislike. I'm like, what the fuck did I say this time? You know? It's just one of those, and then I just move on after like a couple days or so. What the fuck? Oh, okay. Sorry about that. My phone just went off. That was scary. It's nothing, don't worry. But either way, I was like, what the fuck? Give me 1 second here. Sorry about this once again. Okay. I'm going to put this away so it doesn't make any more noise. So hopefully you didn't hear it. I don't want you guys freaking out and be like, oh, my phone's going off. It's like, don't worry, it's just me. It's like the same thing with Discord. Like I'm playing a very dangerous game where I have my speakers on currently. And I did text my brother earlier telling about Silksong shit. So there's always a chance that he could end up... I'll turn it down, I guess, if anything. Just in case. Because I hate that, too, by the way, when people are... Either they just... Okay, so let me back up. Get my words straight here. The fuck? To feed the gargantuan sinner? Fuck's that? I don't know. But anyway... you know, for a while, people would start accidentally having just Discord notifications on come up in their videos on accident, right? They'd be streaming, and then there you go, Discord message, and then people check their Discord, and it's like a big, giant, you know, haha. That's quite silly, you know, everyone checked their Discord, and they're like, oh, oopsies, you know. It was funny for a bit, and then people started putting them in their videos on purpose. That, I think, is where it kind of got really just kind of annoying. Not gonna lie. I feel like at that point, it's like, okay, now you're just being a dumbass. Wait, no fucking way. Is this what I think it is? Can I have this? Whoa, what the... Oh, never mind. It's not what I thought it was. I've never picked that up before. Where's my fucking sword at? Don't you fucking tell me that you got rid of my... Oh, okay. But I do have an idea, though. So, I'm going to spoil this, and I have no clue where it's at. But I will spoil it. There is a sword in this game somewhere that gives you the ability of Judgment Cut. And I want that. Not gonna lie, I kind of do a little bit. So, just saying, I think it'd be kind of cool. Actually, you know what? I'm curious. Is that technically the Gargantuan Center? It feels like it would be. Can I talk to you, please? At all? Yes. Oh, look at that. But that's just one. Oh, he moved. What the fuck? Yeah, by the way, again, I've never done this. Oh. Huh. That's pretty badass. Let me try something. Well, I mean, the bell's ringing right here. So maybe if I ring the bell again here, since he moved away. God damn it. Okay, well, never mind. Does this lead to anything cool? What the fuck? I've gotten 2 trophies in like one video. Sweet. So he really was a good guy the whole time, huh? Maybe. Nice. Very nice. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that if we teleport back, he might not be here anymore. But hey, that's pretty sick, though. I've never done that. Just wait, someone's going to be like, never done that before. Any proof? Yeah. I mean, you know, I'll upgrade first. Again, we only got like 2 upgrades out of that son of a bitch. Alright, well anyway, we got nothing else to spend these on, so why not just go upgrade the Dawnfrost and get that high up, I guess. Just because I think it'd be kind of cool having it. And here's your heavy. I mean, it might be pretty good, I don't know. In terms of damage, what's the comparison? It's still lower. But, I mean, hey, you know, not bad, all things considered. I mean, it seems pretty damn cool, especially the skill. So I can just do this shit. Like a nice, good, straightforward attack thing like that's kind of nice. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, don't worry. I will fuck up all of the church for just you. See, the thing is, this is what happens when you decide to get an SMT player playing your game. You're going to get someone who's just going to side with whoever's going against the church at that point. I just want to see if he's still... Oh, shit, okay. That's new. Well, of course it's new. I've never seen that. Give me stuff for it? Enhancement for the main seal. You know, I don't think I've ever figured out how to really enhance your seals yet. I mean, I have an idea of how to do it, but I don't really fully know. No, I know. I know where it's at. I know where it's at. Yeah, I know. Don't worry. This is a hell of a video, though. Holy shit. Like, it's right here. It's been here the whole time. Yeah, I'm just not that smart. Melee attacks restore a % of your life bar? But all defense minus 40%. What the f... But this is the one I have on now. But this one has... Oh my god. It's got pure red. And then after that, it's just fucked red. Honestly, as weird as it sounds, this one might be the better choice. Yeah, I think so. This one's good, though. But I think... Yeah, let's just upgrade this instead. Just our main one for now. Actually, no, that's probably a bad idea considering the fact that I'm probably just switch out later anyway. Shit. Oh, well. Let's just get to the main area here and get the hell out of this place, because I don't like it here. I quite don't enjoy poison swamps. It's funny because I don't really even consider this a poison swamp. It's got poison in it, but it's one of those where, honestly, I think the other area we've been to before feels more like a actual poison area than this. And the good news is, I have plenty of these little bastards to go around, so I don't really need to worry about... Actually, no, I'm probably running out at this point, now I think about it. Yeah. Oh, well... The only thing about these bastards is the fact that they'll teleport. Which obviously can be dodged, considering the fact that you can just... well, dodge it, for one. And it's somewhat relatively pretty easy to figure out, like, oh, it's coming, you know. Just in case. That's also another cool thing about the sync bar fact is the idea that you can just have a stronger attack if you have purple or red field, which is really cool. Red field. Time to play a Resident Evil game, right? Look, don't get me started. I've thought about that many a time. Those bastards drop diamonds now. That's crazy. Because again, this game, like diamonds and stuff like that in this game are pretty much just like Titanite shards or upgrade material. I mean, you do have a lot of what? Fuck you. And that's gonna follow. And luckily enough, I got out of. Okay, cool. I got just far enough away from it. This, I believe, hopefully should be main progress. Unless I just completely went backwards. Wait. No, we were going here earlier. We tried going here earlier. Oh, wait, that's right. Yeah, we tried doing this earlier, but the game fucked me. Fucked me out of it. Because for some reason, it just decided to break all of a sudden. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm kind of a little bit miffed that just so many different things just did not want to work today. Elgato freaking unplugged. I had that damn loading glitch thing. Thank fucking God. I'm so terrified of that. Also, I think we're over halfway through the game, but that still doesn't mean that... Well, I mean, we still have another half to go, so... I still have to put in a lot of effort into getting into the next parts, which, to be fair, there's actually still quite a bit. Maybe I'm not over halfway. Maybe I'm probably at the halfway mark, because, like, Elysium... Well, that's something else, but, the upper levels of the golden area is quite long. Do I actually have a different spell? Lightning Bolt, minimum pain. What does that do? Oh, shit. See, these would be cool, but I don't have the spirit to activate them. I can always upgrade it. By the way, these guys are just awful. Well, maybe not this particular drones, but there are going to be a couple later. And you'll see what I mean. And they're going to be awful to deal with. Also, I need to figure out where the fuck Ken is hiding at so I get that merchant route shit opened up so I can get new items to buy. Because I have no clue where the fuck he's at. To be fair, that's technically my fault. Also, I'm kind of curious about how a 100% playthrough would work with this game. In terms of, like, speedrunning, maybe. Would I speedrun this game? Probably not. Should I? I mean, it would at least probably get some recognition. Not that I'm super popular anyway, but, like, maybe a tiny bit. Sorry, I'm just... brain is braining right now. Don't mind me. I'll probably still sleep just fine tonight. Yeah, I've been having trouble sleeping lately. Like going to bed at like 12. I mean, it's 12 now, but I don't have to work tomorrow, so it's fine. But I've been having like insomnia problems, I guess. Nothing I can't handle. I'm not gonna turn into my stepmom and just have it. Like, probably, like, have it. So that's a... You know, okay. I usually... I know I get a little personal a lot of the time, but... Bad habit, I guess. I have this thing, which is really annoying, and... I think... Well, honestly, I think a lot of people are, you know... A lot of people tend to have it where they don't want to talk about things because they feel like they would be either a burden or nobody would care. And I'm not looking for sympathy or empathy or anything like that, so don't worry. Let's not get super depressing here. I'm just going to say that when it comes to things, like, I'm never sure if I have a thing. Let's just use insomnia, for example. Like, right now, like, because I'm having some trouble sleeping, which can just be easily, you know, dealt with if I just put my fucking... It's just trying to get my brain to rest at night, because it just keeps thinking about shit, and it's like, shut up. So, that's my problem. I don't think it's really insomnia, though. And see, that's the thing I'm trying to talk about, is, like, I never want to self-diagnose. I never want to say that I have something for sure. And not because, like, I would be wrong. I mean, I guess that's technically part of it, because I don't like to be... I mean, nobody likes to be wrong, you know? I don't want to be wrong on purpose and misinform people or whatever. But, I just feel like whenever you say you have a thing, like, in your head, you're like, oh, I sound like a whiner. You know, I sound like a big, giant victim. And that's something that I don't want to be, so then I don't really talk about... Or I should say, I don't really say for sure that I have thing and that people should be worried about it. But then again, like I said, I think that's just something that a lot of people just do normally. And the other thing too, which I know sounds kind of dumb, I just really don't want to go to a doctor, I guess, about things. Unless it's like something I can physically see, I guess. Then I'll probably go. I mean, it's not like I won't go to the doctor just because. It's just... I don't know. I don't want to be put on pills for shit, you know? Because then it really just kind of enforces the idea that, I guess, in my own stupid little tiny brain, that I am weak and pathetic and, you know, a big whiny victim, and everyone's just gonna point and say, yep, you're a fucking loser. Not that it matters what people think, of course, but your brain just does that thing where it's like, it don't matter. And it's funny, I was like, yeah, we're not getting into the depressing talk, and here I am probably just depressing like 10 different people right now that are watching this. So, apologies all around. I know I get very personable with these videos for some reason, but it's just more so that I don't expect anybody to watch these, so then I end up just saying things. Yeah, there ain't no way in fuck I'm gonna want to take antidepressants or whatever. Fuck that. That sounds horrid. Just the fact that, like, from what I've heard, through the grapevine, it limits your ability to get off. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, well, you know what, to be fair, I probably could use something like that, because I do tend to just fucking, you know, waste all my energy and all my testosterone all the time just by fucking jerking off all the time, so I probably shouldn't work on that. There should be, I think, a train or a branch up here somewhere, by the way, so I'm pretty sure there's a branch. Man, then another thing, too, like, it makes you slow, from what I've heard, too, and it's like, eh. And then, of course, there's always the excuse that a lot of people have, where it's like, well, get rid of my creativity. And, yeah, I'm one of those people. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I don't want that to happen to me, too. I'm not the most creative person in the world, but I feel like I have some extent to that. Alright, that's the sewer area, right? Like, sewer center, maybe? I don't know. Close to. We're already 40 minutes in because I forgot that this video got cut in half. I'll probably end up doing another video after this. I know it's already 12:30, and it's like, you should probably get to bed. Just because. You know. Yes, but this is another problem of mine that I seem to have, where I'll get addicted to something and then play it just endlessly. Also, this is a place you come to. Well, you don't have to come here yet, but it is definitely something that we should do at some point. You know what? I think we should do that later. So I have to remember. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, don't fucking tell me. Oh, those are the names of the main... Oh my fucking god, I didn't know that. No wonder Flooded Street was closed off. Well, why don't people tell me where Ken is at the fucking branch? Tell me the proper branch. Don't just say Flooded Street. Tell me the fucking branch. God damn, man. Anyway, we'll do that later. Because, technically speaking, that's something that you can do later. Or, people recommend you do it later. See what I mean by these guys are fucking annoying? So, yeah. We will do that in a bit. I'm actually kind of doing this out of order than I normally did, because when I first came here, I think I just hopped right on over to Ancient Works and everything. And that has the giant robot machine guy thing again as well that we can take down. You'll see what I mean when we get there. Fucking criminy. Alright, you know what? Fuck this. No, I'm not playing this game with you guys. I'm not doing this shit. Yeah, that's nothing. The main path forward is through here. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Medusa's actually in the Ancient Works. I think. Yeah. Because she's after, like, the big giant boss guy. Big giant robot dude you can take down with multiple things to do. It's like it's a puzzle boss, which actually does, whenever you destroy a part of it, it will stay destroyed. And we'll, of course, get into that stuff when we get there. Oh, it's this leads down to that big giant fucking door. Oh my god. So you know that big giant door you see with the tree on it? Yeah, this takes us there. This is technically main progress, too. But there's so many souls I could lose from this. I'm probably going to fall down. A lot. This place sucks. I don't like it here one bit. Because I don't know exactly what the proper way forward is. And that would have been painful if I'd fallen down it. But yeah, just even like in the middle of this area already, there's even more stuff we can get. Like, this place is quite big. I mean, granted, you could, if you wanted to, you can jump off and then heal and what have you. We also need to go back to the campsite and drop off that soil, because that would be very helpful if I did. Actually, you know what? Let's do that now, because I don't know how much I actually have. I have 8. I can't jump back. Okay, you know what? This place we'll do later. We're gonna go to Ancient Works. Fuck this. We're gonna go do that one next instead, because who cares at this point? I think it would be in our best benefit and everybody's benefit. I think I just said that twice, didn't I? My benefit and yours. Everyone else. That we do this now. Well, we go get the soil first. Then we go to the Ancient Works. Then we fuck off. You know what, at this point? Give me something. I don't know. Is that better than what I have now? Well, more spell power. But I'm not really doing that, so... yeah... I mean, I could buy them. Because, I mean, at some point, you know, I'm probably going to need them to get a trophy. Ugh. Oh, you know what? Weirdly enough, for just a split second. For just a split second, I thought he was Ken. I was like, oh, don't fucking tell me. You were him the entire time. Let's just buy him. What weapons did I pick up again? I just forgot. But I'll find them one way or another. Well, here's steel axes. Yeah, they're basically just dual weapons. There you go. Very neat. It does about the same thing you probably expect it to. I mean, there was Knight's Lance we never tried out yet. Does that do anything after I do it? No. And there is no... obviously, there's no other skill with it, but it does give me... You know, it does give me some pretty good stuff, though, not gonna lie. And again, I'm pretty sure these are, you know, definitely one of the types of weapons that would probably be pretty cool. Damn it. This one looks pretty sick, though, not gonna lie. That's badass. Yeah, that's actually pretty fucking cool. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Alright, let's drop this off. And like I said, we're going to head back and go to Ancient Machine Works. Oh, yeah. So we have at least, from what I can gather, one more to go. And if you're asking, where is it? I have no idea. I have no idea. But I do have a idea. I don't know why Shirley's room counts as part of this, but I think we lead up to it, maybe? Or around it? Either way, we should definitely go here because you're gonna have to come. You have to come here at some point. This is, from what I remember, this is technically mandatory anyway, to some extent. I forget why, but is this it? Yeah, because that's where the... Yeah, this is it. Alright, anyway, you know what? I'm going to have to, but I'm just going to end off the video here. I'll see you guys next time. We'll play some more AI Limit. And, of course, as always, take care, everybody.